I roto I nei rā ki taku nei māta ki taki ake. Kua mōhio katoa tātou I te reo Pākehā, kua tātou tamariki kua kore kē e mōhio ki te reo Māori these days. I observe we all know the English language, and our children are strangers to te reo Māori mai koro. Frederick Augustus Bennett spoke these words in 1943. Koro says, the honour and the prestige of the Māori race depends upon you kōrero mai e pā. Kei konei mātou hei whakarongo here, are your descendants. We have inherited the uprising. To have my reo is not a privilege. To be silent is to turn my back on my whakapapa. When you think of your whānau, what does that feel like? Maybe what does it make you feel? Who Māori?
We're at Lake Okataina at the Kupu Writers Retreat, the home of Ngāti Tarawhai here in Rotorua. A celebration of Māori storytelling and Te Ao Māori, bringing together some of the country's best writers and rising stars.
Education Minister Erica Stanford has imposed a near-total ban on Māori words in new additions to a series of books used to teach 5-year-olds to read.
This is the latest in the government's apparent rolling back on Te Ao Māori usage in Aotearoa.
And the new books will still contain Māori words, and to say they're being banned is absolutely wrong.
This is nothing new. Like, this has been going on for 200 years.
Me te tōku kitenga ke te hiahia rātou o ia kia tangoi o mātou kupu Māori mai ngā pukapuka. And me te kino hoki, he kino rawa tērā, e hara I te pai kia mātou ngā Māori. Me pēhea tō mātou, o mātou pepe kia ako I tō tātou I ngā kupu, mena kore ērā kupu kei roto I ngā kupu Māori ki roto I ngā pukapuka.
He kore take rawa, kia nei he ko te mano ruatikau marima kei muri ke ngā mea muru raupatu, te colonisation. Ai, kei muri e rā mahi ko te tikanga ka kei te whakaako I ngā tamariki, ngā kupu Māori.
This is my pukapuka. It's e kono hea koe. I released it this year.
At just 23, Matariki Bennett is among the youngest of this new wave of writers. Her debut poetry collection, E Ko no He Koe, published this year.
Mahina, kei ro te pō I o karu, te awatea I tō kiri, kua noho taringa pīkari ai koe ki te reo papatuanuku. I have poems in there, 2 poems in there, which I refuse to translate into Te Reo Pākehā because it's a wero. If you can't understand this, then maybe it's not something that you should be reading. You know, the story, the message in it isn't for you. And that's not to whakaisi you for not being able to speak Te Reo Māori. It is an encouragement of, if you want to know what this says, you can, you know, use the resources around you.
Kids were bruised by their teachers' knuckles for speaking it on the playground. This was their way of delivering us from our wayward state.
Matariki's words first lit up the nation back in 2020, with her group Ngā Hinepu Kōrero going viral when she was only 16.
English fingers slithering around their necks, subdued until their sentences were laced with shame, choking on blood and pride.
It's such a, especially being that young, and I mean, of course, like even just speaking in front of that many people, but also knowing that many people have seen you, it didn't get any easier, and it still isn't easy. Okay. But you know, when you're doing something that is really important and it is shedding light on something that really needs to be spoken about, that all kind of falls away. You know, you've got your purpose and you've got your, your reason.
Kupu Festival is one of the first Māori writers' festivals, one that I was lucky to be a part of. It began in 2021 with one purpose, honouring the power of indigenous stories.
Now in 2025, the difference is enormous. There are hundreds of Māori writers published. In 1991, when I started Hui Publishers, there were probably about, I don't know, you know. Well, there were famous ones like Patricia Grace, Wetihi Maera, Hone Tūwhare. These days we have not only a lot of Māori writers, but also a lot of Māori award-winning writers. in the Okam Book Awards, last year and the year before, so in recent years, there have been Māori writers who are finalists in those awards and sometimes winners of the categories. In the 1990s, that was unheard of, so it's just so special.
This one-day workshop for rangatahi is helping lay the foundation for their aspirations as writers.
Ko oku tino hia kia ako ko te tuhi, ko te ako me pihia te tuhi puka me te hoatu ki te ao. Ana mō mātou pepe rangatahi taiohi me ngā pakeke hoki. Ko te i tino kumea I ahau, ko te nuinga I tino aku ki roto I tō tātou reo. E haram ko tō tātou Māori anake, engari kong era atu kei te aku I tō tātou reo.
Mahi hei kai tuhi, kia tuhi he puka mō ngā tamariki, mō ngā rangatahi.
Did you ever imagine that happening back in 91 when you started Hui Publishers?
Just the idea of a Māori Writers' Festival was just a vague dream. We have always run workshops of different types, but a festival at which there would be all and only Māori writers, that was just beyond my wildest dreams, probably. What excites me about Māori writers today is probably the diversity of experience and voice.
The National Reading Survey for 2025 shows adult reading rates remain steady, but rangatahi are reading less and struggling with literacy.
I hope that the increase in Māori literature and the diversity will increase literacy amongst rangatahi Māori, because they need to see themselves in the books. And when I say themselves, it's not just themselves, but their whānau, their community. If they can recognise themselves, that is a good way to get them into reading and then writing.
But with these rangatahi, the future of Aotearoa is in good hands.
It's vibrant and it's beautiful and it's here. I mean, the future is here. I'm so excited, and especially watching the younger generation of poets coming through, particularly through Word the Frontline. So unapologetic, so strong in who they are. It's so brave to tackle it head on, and I just see that more and more and more.
Without rangatahi?
Yeah, without rangatahi. So I'm excited. It looks brave, it looks vibrant, and it's beautiful, yeah. Koro, I wish you could hear us now. Your children are no longer strangers to our reo.